Hi, my name's Alice Doyle, and I have a wholesale nursery called Log House Plants in Cottage Grove, Oregon, and I'm down here in Santa Rosa for the second National Heirloom Exposition. It's an incredible event. What I want to say on this video is we have been in business for 38 years as a wholesale grower. We started our nursery when we were just 24. We sell to independent retailers all over the Northwest. And for the first time last fall, seed companies started sending us catalogs enticing us to grow GMO varieties for home gardeners. And I'm thinking of specifically Seegers, Rupp, and Holmes, all seed companies we've used many years in the past, who want us to grow GMO corn for people to grow in their backyards. Now, why would you want to have your neighbor have genetically spliced, genetically engineered corn that is insect protected, namely BT is in the corn, not just the corn kernels, but the entire plant. So if an insect crawls on it, they eat it and die from the BT, which is 1,000 times stronger because it's synthesized than naturally occurring BT. And why would you want to have your neighbor grow corn that is Roundup ready, so that your neighbor, instead of leaning over picking out the few weeds around their corn patch, sprays Roundup out next to your fence, and their corn is killing the insects that you have worked so hard to make a haven for in your own backyard. And so to have this happen, to have these three seed companies and others try to get us to grow these varieties that genetically are altered, was so gross to us, just put us over the top, that we have dropped everything that has any kind of touch, the evil touch of Monsanto, which is a main culprit. They own the patents for Roundup and have done most of the engineering. There's 5 major companies that are doing this genetically engineering in the seed business, but we can trace back to them in many different ways. And they bought Seminus a few years ago, and some of our favorite varieties are owned by Seminus. And we just decided to tell the garden population that uses our starts in their gardens throughout the Northwest that we would not support Monsanto anymore. And we dropped every single variety owned by Seminus, some of which were our favorite varieties, like Celebrity Tomato, Gypsy Pepper, Mariachi Pepper, Big Beef Tomato. I mean, the list goes on. Pac-Man Broccoli. They're all owned by Seminus, and therefore Monsanto owns Seminus. So, you know, it's just crazy to think of having hobbyists or garden, like they call gardeners in Europe, the hobby market, growing plants that have effect on all of our habitats. And you know, there's nothing. I mean, that's just the tip of the iceberg. The other thing is what happens when you eat these things. There's a gag order on science that doesn't allow us to know what happens to our bodies when we eat materials that have genetically engineered ingredients. What happens? I mean, we'd like to know. So I'm all for labeling. It's the first step, and I wish California luck. We're all behind you. Thank you for your work.